Dispose of this annoyance at once.
Hello, everybody. I forgot how I start these. My name's Dead. Joining me, we got Cave.
I was told we were going to do another thing, and now we're recording. So
we're doing the thing after this. Yes, this is Mika and the Witch's Mountain. This is a game that we were supplied a review code for. Also, full disclosure, I've beaten it.
Oh.
Yeah, so I have restarted the save, and now we're going in around a quarter of the way through, going into Act 2.
See, I was all ready to be like, we're going in with limited information, take everything we say with a grain of salt. So instead, take everything I say with a grain of salt.
Yeah, so. Yeah, you can interact with the dog, but not in a way that actually moves your character model. But yeah, so this is...
that immediately loses points, because you can't actually pet the dog.
Yeah, so this is Mika. We are playing as Mika, this little girl. She is a witch apprentice. She went to go start her training, and then got hucked off a fucking mountain.
So Kung Fu training. Got it.
Yeah. Her witch teacher went to the school of Mishima. And
I don't know if you're joking.
Mishima is a Tekken thing. Heihachi throws his kids off of volcanoes.
Yeah. The reason I mention it is because in several martial arts movies that I've seen, the guy starts off being trained by literally being thrown off the mountain that the monastery is built on top of.
Yeah, that is...
told, once you have recovered and returned to the dojo, then your training can begin.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened here. Yeah, we just got thrown off a fucking mountain. Our broom broke because, hey, by the way, we have a flying broom.
That looks like it has a limited flight range.
It does.
See, that's the big thing about flight. Was that a collectible?
No, that was a side quest.
Okay. But that's the big thing about flight in video games. You can give players flight all you want. Just either got to build the entire game around it, because we will find a way to break the fucking game. Or you've got to make it limited in some way.
But yeah.
And that's actually one thing I really don't like about Pathfinder. Like, alright, you can get flight at level 14. Fuck you.
But anyway, yeah, so yeah, here we are. This is the game, literally. Like, what I'm doing right now, this is the entirety of the game. We are... Like,
feels very Wind Wakery to me.
Yeah, it looks incredibly Wind Wakery, which is what initially drew me to it. Like, it was that and the broom. Because, like, I love Wind Waker's style. I was not particularly a fan of Wind Waker's gameplay because I'm not a big fan of Zelda.
It is a shame that Wind Waker's, like, style has kind of been thrown aside for Tears of the Garbage. That's not Zelda. It's not. It's not fucking Zelda.
That might be why I like it then. But yeah, so yeah, we are... Yeah, we mentioned at the top this is very Ghibli inspired, like Kiki's Delivery Service, I think.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of this is going to be. It's just going to be us. Like, this game is pretty much entirely...
So why do you have a lantern?
Oh, I'm going to deliver it.
Okay. So very Kiki's Deliveries.
Yeah, we are...
Fling yourself atop the cliff, small child!
Yeah, we are, like literally this starts out with us... we're on the mountain, we get fucking yeeted off of it by our goddamn bitch of a witch teacher. And then we land here, our broom gets broken, and we are given a new broom by a lady who's like, hey, I can give you a new broom, but if you want like a better broom, you gotta pay for it. So we go get a job at the local delivery company. And then we get this better broom, and the fucking lady who gave us our broom, like, kind of guilts us into being like, well, you committed to a job, right? You can't just leave partway through just because you got what you needed.
But I got what I needed.
It's a very weird... The game is a very weird idea of, like, jobs.
Oh?
Yeah, and then this is the rest...
That's a cyborg.
Yep. Yeah, this game's developed by Chibig, which has a, like, big, effectively extended universe of games. Like, a lot of... Like, they have, like, Koa and the Five Samurai or something, and, like, a... Dyland, which is like this weird farming game in space. There's a sequel to that one called like Anoka, which is about a character from that first, like from Dyland, doing other farming stuff. Like Chibig is described their aesthetic as like They describe all of their games as cute. Which, as you can see, that's absolutely the aesthetic they're going for. Which, yeah, we're not reading this just because I've seen this like 1,000 times. And
I'm too fixated on the fact that that egg is going to be burned. Well, there's a reason. So, one of the big things in the Ghibli-verse that drives me insane is how good the food looks. So, like, being a Ghibli-inspired game, I'm like, you gonna take care of that food? You gotta take care of that egg. That egg's gonna burn.
Well, there's a thing under it, so I don't know if it actually is... Like,
It is smoking.
Yeah, it's smoking.
That egg is smoking.
Yeah, we didn't read it, but like in that dialogue, she's like, was like basically talking about monopolies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird because like you hit that, and then you also have like there is a character who like runs a like coal mine that like coal powers the entire island, and he's just a fucking prick. But there's not really like he's a prick, and then like your boss at the fucking delivery company is also a prick. But it also like it's weird. It feels kind of like anti-capitalist, like hey fucking like land ownership is theft or whatever, and all that other shit. But then it also has like, well, jobs are important because of community.
See, I could actually see like, yeah, both are true.
Yeah, it's
because like the corporate consumerist environment that we live in is absolutely toxic, but you also need it. Like, I hate to sound like an American, but capitalism is the best system. Why it's what 99% of the world uses.
Anyway.
That is adorable.
Yeah, and so that is the entirety of this game. You fly around, you pick up packages, and deliver them to people. Did you see the like little sticker that kind of popped up at the bottom of there, like the little green thing that's like, "Hey, happy space."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's meant to be like a rating system for how well you did the delivery. I don't think it's real. Because when I've gone through like I've played so. Yeah, actually, let me just say my biggest complaint with this. So, Cave, I beat this game, getting through about 50% of the side quests. I then went back into the game to try to like get to a place where we could, like get a decent recording thing going, where we have stuff to talk about. I made it to about the beginning of Act 3 of a 4-act game. I then restarted it again and got to the start of Act 2. How long do you think that took me?
4.5 hours total.
Close, 4 hours.
This doesn't feel like a very big game.
Yeah, it isn't, because this map is the entirety of the game.
Do we know what the price is going to be, or is?
I believe it's one of the cheaper games. It's not like a full price thing. As I'm very quickly looking it up on my phone.
Yeah, because for me the biggest metric is
you don't have to play anything, so you look it up while I play, so that we're not just staying on a menu for 5 minutes.
And this is a Steam game?
Yes. Oh shit. I hit the turn off the broom button by accident because for some reason the jump button is Y. But yeah, there are things to do in the game, but just not a lot of them. Like finding that little, like, hey, new place. I have genuinely no idea what that does because there isn't like markers on the map that give you anything. There isn't like a scrapbook of your collection of fucking locations. It's just a thing that you do that says, hey, you're here now.
So the game hasn't come out officially yet. It comes out tomorrow as of release. So there's no price listed on Steam, so I have to like Google it.
Okay. Yeah, it's very cute characters, all just kind of out here doing stuff. Yeah, it's the weird thing though, because like I said, with the with the main kind of theme of the game being, hey, community is important, and it gives, and like connecting with people.
It's going to be $20, 20 American on Switch, which that's actually the perfect price point for me. That number's probably going to have to change with inflation, but my current metric is, do I get an hour of enjoyment for every $5 I spend? If so, I'm happy with the amount I spent on it. So 4 hours of enjoyment, like, I could see that being fair. Especially because this game seems like the kind of, like, just get into the nitty-gritty kind of game where you're just digging up every little side quest, every puzzle that you can get your hands on.
Oh, you think there are puzzles?
Oh, Lord. Why can't people make puzzles anymore?
Again, as I said, this is literally the entirety of the game. Like I said, I did a fair amount. Like there are things that I still haven't like figured out necessarily, but it's not like a puzzle. It's just, hey, here's a thing with a very simple way to interact with it. How does it work? Figure it out. Like there is so little in this game. Like you see these things.
You can't do a Wind Waker style game and not have puzzles.
Like you see these little things.
Yeah.
These just scattered all around the island, and they're used to buy like cosmetics, basically. They're used to buy like costumes as well as like charms. And in the market that I saw, there were 2 costumes and 4 charms.
Aww.
And yeah, as I was saying, this game's all about the main message of the game is that hey, community is about the people you hang out with. That's what's the most important thing. Like around like 3/4 of the way through the game, they all of a sudden bring in because you have these, your apprentice supplies. For some fucking reason, 3/4 of the way through the game, they just decide, hey, we're going to bring these in now. And the option is give them to people or don't.
Hey!
And that's it. And given everything else that was in the game, you just give them to people and it's like, hey, you've learned the lesson to don't be a dick. And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, like there is a lot of this game to like. I like a lot of the style. I like having a smaller, like more focused, contained game that is a lot more about, going around one location, finding the secrets in there, unlocking new ways to go about and find those secrets. But then it never gets going. Like the second it feels like it begins to build any momentum, it just kind of ends. There's not enough.
Can I just say that was the non-committal answer of someone who just failed their knowledge check with dubious knowledge? What the NPC was just saying. It's like, so they're rare, just not necessarily magical.
Yeah,
it was like the DM said, they're either rare or they're magical. And he's just like, I don't know which one of these is the lie.
But yeah, as I was kind of saying, this is all about Mika forming relationships with people. This game takes place over the course of 4 days.
Did she need that lesson?
I don't fucking know.
Was she a shut-in loner who hated people? Because, well, first off, ain't nothing wrong with that. People suck.
Yeah, no, she arrived here and was like, oh boy, I can't wait to learn, and then got thrown off a mountain, and then was literally just forced into interacting with people.
Can we see her run cycle for a second? I want to see if she interacts with the stairs. She kind of glides down the stairs.
Yep.
That was one of the really cool things about Wind Waker was they actually modeled Link so that he would interact with every step.
Yeah, comparing this to any kind of Zelda anything is going to be a bad time other than, hey, it looks like Wind Waker.
I just wanted to see. I'm not judging it for that because that's really fucking hard to do according to game devs.
Oh, yeah, like that and getting people under blankets.
Yeah, it's like...
Okay, and also
there's a reason that every blanket you see is just a curve on top of the character.
Then there's also this fucking prick. So this is where I learned that the actual rating system for the deliveries might be a lie.
Okay.
Because I had been going through doing deliveries, getting fucking green stamps the entire time. There are 3 ranks of stamps: green, orange, and red.
Mm-hmm.
And he was my first orange stamp. because I had to deliver him an electricity bill.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not fair.
Yeah, and then a little bit later, I was given a red stamp because the guy I delivered the package to was an asshole.
Yeah, so it's just to show you how much of a jack-off people are.
Yeah, just, hey, this is the bad guy. Or, hey, you think this person's the bad guy, but actually, they're
He
going
gave
through
you a
some
green
stuff.
Stamp.
You know,
He
this is
felt bad later and gave you a green stamp instead.
I won't get into it because it's technically spoilers for anyone who does want to play this game. But yeah, this is Mika.
I mean, it's cute. It's like it seems more in the vein of a Wander kind of game. Not really a Wander and Wonder because there is a goal.
Yeah.
But it definitely seems like, which I don't play Wander games. If I want to wander, I'll load up a game that has something for me to do once I'm bored with wandering. Like if I want to wander, I'll load up Saints Row 3 and because Saints Row 3 is the best one. And just fucking goof off. Like, but for people who like wander style games,
Yeah.
I mean, it's cute. It's got some personality. I don't know much about the story because I haven't played it. Dead has, and we all know how difficult it can be to get a sense of story when hearing it described by someone else.
Yeah, especially when the story is as bare bones as this. I've had this thought kind of as I've been playing it. This feels like a game for babies. Like 5, 6.
Half the characters look like toddlers.
Like 5, 6-year-olds. Like, hey, this is your first video game. It doesn't get too hard. Like, there's not much of a challenge. Like packages can be damaged, but even then, like I've delivered things with like fucking 1 health left, and I've still gotten green stamps on shit because I think that's just scripted. But yeah, this does just kind of feel like something you give to your.
This is actually secretly a oh shit, what's the game called? Rapture, Big Daddies,
BioShock.
BioShock. This is secretly a BioShock tie-in. That's the plane you crashed in the first game.
Okay, I mean there is always a lighthouse, and there is a lighthouse here.
I'm just goofing, man. Just goofing.
That's just a theory. Oh, also these fucking things. These have tarot cards in them. You open them by falling on them from a great height. The tarot cards do nothing.
Do it. No, I'm kidding.
I don't have the broom to get high enough.
That was even less reason to waste your time.
Yeah, because that's the main way you get progression through the game is just getting a new broom. Like this broom got me the ability to ride these wind currents. The next broom gives you basically like a speed up, like a speed boost jump, and then the final broom lets you ride tornadoes.
Ride like the wind.
But yeah, so that is Mika and the Witch Mountain. It is available. Probably when this video comes out, it'll be available tomorrow on August 21st on Steam and Switch. Other places, they'll be in the description. But yeah, thanks, Cave.
I was tricked.
Well,
this looks cute. If this is your thing, I'd recommend it because it's relatively cheap as far as video games are concerned. And I mean, I could easily see someone getting lost in this, especially if they I don't know if there are any plans for updating this, but I could easily see oh, we're gonna put more cosmetics and shit in, and that making the collection more worth it, because the number of those little kendama looking things that Dead has passed by.
Yeah, and there is more. You can see up there, you eventually do climb this entire mountain.
Well, I hope. It's the Witch's Mountain. You
Yeah.
can't go back to your lessons until you do.
Yeah, imagine that. It's the Witch's Mountain. You spend the time in this village. What about the mountain? What mountain? There's no mountain here.
No mountain.
You just look up and there's no mountain. Just clear skies.
There is no mountain in Mika and the Witch's Mountain.
Anyway.
Just like there is no war in Ba Sing Se.
That's going to do this. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, I'm Dead.
I'm Cave.
Later.
Goodbye. Have a wonderful time.
Excuse me while I whip this out.